Good night, Sir Martin. Yes, good night. I'm finally back. Welcome to your favorite online internet program, www.SxmTalk.com. Of course, I'm your host, Christopher Emmanuel, and I must say, yeah, you guys are lucky. I shouldn't even say, I say I should be lucky to be here with you guys tonight because if you put on your radio now on 98.1 Pearl FM, you'll realize that the budget debate discussions still going on. It's not a central committee anymore. It's the open public debate that it's still going on. Questions are still being asked. And I decided that I'm not staying in Parliament tonight because I miss interacting with you guys. I miss talking with you guys. I miss seeing the questions coming up on the comment and the message board. I miss the comments, that I'll hear when I meet folks and stuff on the road. So I say I had to come tonight because there's some interesting things I want to discuss and talk to you guys about. But yes, that was the reason we was off for almost about 2 weeks because the whole of last week and this week, the budget has been going on, the discussions has been going on, the ministers have been into Parliament, and they have been out to Parliament. Members of Parliament have been asking questions. It got heated now and again. So call a friend, call someone, and tell them to log on now to www.SxmTalk.com because tonight I'm really going to be pulling some punches and getting my gloves off with some individuals, with some members of Parliament, specifically the up members of Parliament, specifically Jules James and Gracita Arundel are really going to be taking off the gloves and slapping them with it tonight because the kind of insignificant nonsense, garbage, rubbish they have been talking and asking the questions is so absurd it leaves one to wonder. And then across the board, I'm going to also talk about all the members of Parliament in the way they have treated the youth Parliament of St. Martin. I'm going to mention that also. And then we're going to come with our discussion and what we have planned for DV Little Bay and Fort Amsterdam. So like I said, yes, call a friend, call someone, and tell them to log on now. And our sincere apologies for not being, but those are the reasons why. But let's get straight down to the budget. And let me say something, right? I don't know how many of you guys had the privilege to sort of read the budget or get an insight of the budget or listen to Parliament or especially the Minister of Finance, go over and peruse and dissect and break up the budget as what it is. Am I 100% satisfied and think that the budget is good for St. Martin? No, I'm not 100% satisfied. Do I think it's good for St. Martin? Yes, I think it's good for St. Martin. Could it have been better for St. Martin? Yes, I feel it could be better for St. Martin. But as it is right now, it is the best budget for us to work with. Okay? Because, and this is what I want people to understand because I don't want to sound as if I'm being a hypocrite and I'm only supporting the budget because Minister Roland Tuitt, forms part of the National Alliance and he was appointed. No, that's not the reason. I want to highlight a few parts in the budget. And the part that I want to mention is the saving mechanism of the budget. And I'm going to call names blatant. I'm going to say it as it is. I want to come and talk about the saving aspect of the budget on one issue thus far. Government-owned vehicles and the insurance. People need to understand that government is saving almost 400,000 guilders. 400,000 guilders, okay, by the insurance of government-owned vehicles. How and why? When the UP party was there with coalition with the Democratic Party, he gave the contract, Tia Heidegger, see to it, through the Minister of Finance, Minister Shigimoto, that the contract to insure government vehicles was given to NC Wati insurance says. Again, the family aspect of the business. Now, people will say, well, nothing is wrong with giving the family business. No. But I'm going to break down and show you guys how these individuals has been plummet and raping and scraping the kong out of the pot of St. Martin. Okay? Whilst we had government-owned companies, government-owned vehicles was insured by NC Wati up to the tune of more than 600,000 guilders. The vehicles, 600,000 guilders. Vehicles was being insured by NC Wati Insurances when the up party was there with the minister Hiri Shigimoto. Today, the contract have been given to another insurer. And guys, yes, it is in the budget. Believe me when I say it. Government-owned vehicles now are being insured for 200 and change thousand guilders. We have a savings almost to 400,000 guilders in savings. And I'm saying to myself, we should be congratulating the minister. But you don't hear none of the up members mentioning how much was saved by the insurance of the cars. You don't hear them saying anything about it. What they are talking about, like Jules James, over and over with his ridiculous notion, okay? His Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde type of behavior, talking about sand. A budget discussion, he's talking about sand. And the hypocrite that these people in them are, he's talking about the sand that was placed when Frank Richardson took responsibility. He said, I am the one that asked the sand to be placed there for a drag strip and a cricket stadium. I am the one. Frank Richardson, Member of Parliament, took responsibility for that. But we haven't heard Jules James mentioning or asking the sand that was placed for the ring road. Okay? We haven't asked not one question, but over and over, he talk about the sand, and you talk about why did you ask Miguel Alexander to resign from the board, and the minister will agree with me that it was a bad resignation, and the resignation is experience, and the minister, I am saying to myself, come on! This is not what a budget debate is about. People want to know about prices in the grocery stores. How is the minister doing to alleviate those sort of things? The prices of gasoline, the prices of GEBE. What is the minister doing in the budget to alleviate the suffering of the small man here in this budget? Those are the pertinent and the realistic questions that members of parliament should be asking their ministers. How are we going to alleviate the burden of the small man on St. Martin that has to go into the grocery store when 10 years ago with $100 he could have got his cart full with food? Today, not even the front part of the cart can fill up. Gasoline, GEBE, Labor Department, work security. Those are the questions we want to know about. We don't want to know about no blinking sand. We don't want to know about it. And I'm saying to you, St. Martin people, when you hear Yanchi Leonard complain about the tobacco and the alcohol, what he's saying to tourists and to people, do not come to St. Martin to buy nothing, because we put a tax on cigarette and alcohol. So don't come to St. Martin and buy. And I'm saying to myself, here we have a member of parliament discouraging tourists from spending money in St. Martin. But these are the people that come up and say that they're for us. They're for us. They are talking about sand. St. Martin, they're talking about sand. Can you believe it? What did I say in Dutch? It's ongelooflijk. I got that word right? I ain't get it right now? Well, I try. What it is? How did I pronounce it? Well, I tried to get it right. It's madness. It's craziness. They're talking about sand. When people cannot buy food, huh? You have to be drilling the minister on those sort of things. Yes, taxes is on cigarette and alcohol. But when are we going to see a reduce in prices? Huh? What is the tax we're going to hit GEBE for alternative fuel that the prices don't be so skyrocketing high that people cannot pay to survive in St. Martin? But let me come back to the issue with the cars. We have managed to save more than 300,000 guilders. And I want to paint a picture of where the money. So and then you're hearing them complaining about the license plate. The license plate. Oh, we ain't changing them no more. That was a bad advice. Even the SAID came out and said it was a bad advice. Do I agree with the SAID it was a bad advice? Yes. I think it was a bad advice. Let me tell you why. It wasn't thought through properly in terms of changing the number plate. Do I think the number plate and them should be changed? No. But what I do believe, okay, if you're not changing the number plate to bring in that monies that we are supposed to bring in, that used to come in with the change of the number plate, that was visible for the police officers to see. But then again, it is not a job of police officers to see that you pay a road tax. All right? But there should be some sort of mechanism on your vehicle, like a sticker, like a color or something, to show that this person has paid. So I agree with the SAID in retrospect that, listen, don't follow through with this as yet until things are in place. And that's where I felt the minister went wrong a bit. I think an accountable mechanism should have been in place first. And then we would say, because we have this in place, you come to the census office, you come to the receiver's office, right? And you have to come and register your number. And by registering your license plate number, you get a sticker to place on your vehicle, whether it be blue or green or yellow. So by registering your license plate number, you have to pay for it. Okay? And then we could say, well, then you don't have to change the number plate. But as it is right now, there is nothing. People just have to come in and pay. But then a man would say, but why must I come in and pay now? I could take the risk and drive around because I ain't got to change the plate anyway. But I'm saying this. Even if you don't change your plate, then the minister should say, no, you don't have to change your plate. But we're going to have the law enforcement out there. And if you do get catch, okay, your car will be taken away. You'll have to pay the towing fee. Plus, you'll have to pay 500 guilders to get your car back. Plus, you have to go and pay for your number plate. That's a deterrent. So people would know, listen, I don't want to get catch because I'm going to have to pay the towing fee. Then I got to pay the receivers 500 guilders to get my car back because I was on the road illegally. Then I still got to go and pay for my number plate. Hey, you know what? Let me go in now, just like how it used to be before. Let me be mature. Let me be the adult and go and pay for my license plate. I don't got to change nothing. I don't got to stand up in line, a long line, and wait for them to go in the back and get money. No. But this is what I'm saying. So I believe we put the cart in front of the horse. So I agree with the SAID on this. All right? But then again, I understand the minister's motives. Because the question need to be asked in Martin people, who was making the monies from the changing of the license plate? You know that building called Fargo? Fagos. It sells paper and stuff like that. You know who own that or who works there, who's, you know, these Watty. And you know, I have to appreciate their business savviness. They are shrewd. And I remember one time Brenda Watty was on a program with Billy. I love the program, What is Success? And I believe Max Suit and Brenda was two of the best individuals. I enjoyed both of the shows that they had. And Brenda Watty said one thing. She said, because the question was asked, right, how is it that all you guys have everything? And she said, no, it's not that we have everything. It's just that we didn't sell anything. And I love that. And I appreciate that. Okay? But their hands are in everything. And they want everything. And they believe that they deserve to get everything because they believe that St. Martin and everything belongs to them. To break it down, yes, the man Theo again was making millions off of the changing of the license plate. He and the family again. So they was making money from the insurance. They was making money from the license plate. They're making money from the garbage contract. They're making money from the inspector when you have to go and get your car cured. They makes money from everything that government should be controlling. Because I have to repeat myself and say it again. Theo Heiliger is a businessman, not a leader. He's a businessman, and government is his business. So right now, a wrench have been thrown in the bicycle spokes of his business. He's taking a blow right now in his business. The harbor, you hear people say Theo's harbor. Hell no. Because again, this is how the monies are made. Remember how they swindled the crane from the people's pocket, and his family again owns it. And if people don't clearly see what is going on here, then they are blind, because even a blind, deaf, dumb, and dead man can see that this guy has been plummeting. He's like a pirate. He's like a pirate. You ever boil rice? For the inexperienced one, you know the Spanish people don't have this nice kind of brown rice did us cook, man. And then they got this kind of struppies with a sauce. You know that kind of thing? And they just like take the sauce and the struppies and put it over the rice. And when the rice done, you just see them scraping the pot. And the bottom of the pot just goes it just go like that. When you're scraping it, it's called kong kong. And then you got the rice on top brown and then underneath black. Okay? What he named Dow sang a song. They scraping the kong kong out of the pot. Lord, I want some of that. You know, and that's what they are doing. They're scraping. They're sucking the marrow from your bone. And people are running behind these people. These people have nothing good in themselves for you. Is the budget a good budget? Yes, it's a good budget. Could it have been a better budget? Yes, it could have been a better budget. So, Martin people, I am urging you. I am urging you to embrace the budget. Dissect it for yourself, because it's a budget that can work, and it only can get better. It only can get better. I am bitterly upset with the attitude of Gracita. This. Let me stop. No, I'm not going to say what I want to say about her. I'm not going to do it. DV, if you only know what we have coming for you, like what Reagan told Gorbachev, tear down this wall now in Berlin, the wall. DV, you better tear down that gate now. Take down that gate. Because what you have done, you know there's a saying that says, let sleeping dogs lie. You have awakened the dogs that have been sleeping. You have made St. Martin people become aware of what was done to their patrimony. And in my opinion, and I've said it to the minister on Facebook, in a message that I sent her, you should not be looking for no dialogue or no discussion with DV Little Bay and the Fort Amsterdam. You should put in and get the government lawyers now to start the expropriation of Monad Bay. And we are paying them. Sorry. Because I feel the same way about Monad Bay too. That's why. I feel the same way about Malawi. Again, because of the beaches and Kupakoy and the blocking off, my mind racing. We need to expropriate the peninsula of Fort Amsterdam. And many people are saying, yes, but Christopher, they're going to want, okay, cost price. No. We are giving you back just what you paid for it. 500,000 guilders. Just what you paid for it is what you're getting back. Because of the Fort Amsterdam belongs to the people of St. Martin. And that is what the minister should be doing. Yes, that is our fort, not DV Little Bay. It belongs to the people of St. Martin. And I'm calling on the people of St. Martin. We are in the planning stage. And I'm saying it now. We are planning a march exercise at the fort of DV Little Bay. We're going to have some individuals speaking. It is not a political thing whatsoever. Come up with your chairs. Come and enjoy the view, the picturesque scenery, the waters. Come and see what a leader and a politician in St. Martin did to St. Martin people. Sold it. They gave it away. Something that belongs to us. And again, they say the seeds of the father, goes on to the third and fourth generation. Yes, I have to mention it. And I'm mentioning it without and no apologies. Claude Watty sold the Fort Amsterdam to Little Bay. Sold it. No regards for the people of St. Martin whatsoever. So this goes out for all you people who revered Claude Watty and revered this and that. He has sold out this country that today we own and have nothing, but they kept all of their properties. And it is the truth, and I challenge anyone to come and say something different. Yes, Tia Heiliger is the same as his grandfather. Milk and benefit from this country at all costs. And we the people have to suck the scraps. And I am saying, no, not no more. It will never happen. It should not happen. And we're not going to let it happen. Times are changing. 2014 are around the corner. The campaign is on. I will be a candidate. God spare my life come 2014. St. Martin, let us change the direction of this country. Hey, take care of yourself, St. Martin. God bless each and every one of you guys. Goodbye.
There was a time when people dare not utter a word. There was a time when people were in the dark and searching for accurate information. Just when all hope is lost and frustration hangs in the balance, SxmTalk emerges and broke the silence. Join host Christopher Emmanuel for live and serious discussions and hard talk.